Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have a major missile attack conducted by the Russians on Kiev with Iskander and ballistic missiles and with hypersonic Kinzhals, both of whom can carry nuclear warheads. The Russians said they hit everything. The Ukrainians said they defended 100% everything. But the debris of all those missiles and drones just caused a lot of damage. That's the first topic. The Ukrainians refute, or at least they don't confirm, that actually the Russians encircled the Ukrainian army on two positions, as well as in the same breath, they say the Russians are overwhelming us. They run around like ants. And they use certain kind of words that the Nazis use for other people, which tells you it's a dehumanization of a population. All right, the Russians claim that the attack on Kiev was a retaliatory strike because of the attack on that airfield and on that oil refinery, and they said we'll do it more. Guess what's happening? Well, Poland gets occupied by whom? By friends. They are getting ready. They brought some Nasams in Poland to protect hubs. Why? They're afraid the Russians would hit them. Why? In Poland. Why? I will tell you. Because they used Western weapons to strike deep inside Russia. So they said, if you do this, we're going to hit you inside wherever you guys are. The Russians claim they also destroyed some strategic weapons manufacturer. That's one. And the coordination center. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to show you the destruction by the same guys who said there was no destruction. On the aftermath of the Russian attack, there's no destruction, just the debris. And I'm going to show you, according to Klitschko, okay, what destruction was, the damage, widespread damage. All right, let's start with the first. This is the macro view on what's going on in Ukraine. Ukrainska Pravda. This is from Friday, the 20th of December, 2024. Russians strike Kiev with Kinzhal and Iskander ballistic missiles. It's just debris, okay? These are just debris here. Serhiy Popko, head of Kiev City Military Administration, has reported that the Russians has likely attacked the capital with Kinzhal air ballistic missiles and Iskander ballistic missiles in the morning of the 20th of December. Russian armed forces launched a combined missile strike on Kiev at around 7 a.m. this morning. It is likely that the enemy used Kinzhal air ballistic missiles launched from MiG-31K aircraft and Iskander KN-23 ballistic missiles, not Iskander M, my bad. As a result of this attack, wreckage fell in 3 districts of the city. Just wreckage. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next one. Ukraine air defense downs all 5 ballistic missiles targeting Kiev. Isn't that something? And we see a Patriot here. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, why don't you wait for Oreshnik as take Putin's duel? All right, Ukrainian defenses shot down 5 ballistic missiles headed for Kiev and 40 UAVs in 8 oblasts of Ukraine during the Russian combined attack on Ukraine on the night of 19th of 20th December, while another 20 drones did not reach the targets. So 40 with 20 is 60. All right, let's see. Why don't I show you this one? All right, here's what I read. So they say here that the attack Iskander M ballistic. Now that's Iskander M ballistic, so all right. I was right with that one. Launched from Russia's Rostov Oblast, a Kh-5969 Guidal missile launched from Russia's Kursk Oblast, and 65 Shahed-type attack UAVs. Another type of drones launched from the areas of Bryansk, Milerovo, Oryol, Primorsko-Akhtarsk. So the missiles were launched from Rostov and Kursk. Here. Rostov is right here. This is Kursk right here, and Rostov is down here on the Don. So from here, missiles, and then missiles, right? And then we have the drones, I think they said, from Bryansk, Kursk, and then you go here to Milerovo here, Primorsko-Akhtarsk, down here. Let's see, is that what it is? Milarov, Oriol, Primorsko, Aktas. Oriol is a northeast. Oriol, right here. Okay, let's see what else these guys say. They destroyed everything, obviously. They destroyed in Ukraine's Poltava, Sumy, Kiev, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporozhye Oblast. These are all in the east and center, let's put it this way. So you got here Kiev, Cherkasy, Chernihiv, Poltava, Dnipropetrovsk, these areas right here. No more than Kiev Oblast. That's half of Ukraine. Clap. Right. All right, let's go to the next one. This is what the Russians claim the attack was supposed to mean. Russia strikes Kiev in retaliation for Ukrainian use of Western-made missiles. Now, I thought you're going to destroy the command and whatever positions of these guys, wherever they are at. A military industrial facility in Kiev has been hit with high-precision weapons, the defense ministry in Moscow has said. The Russian military, US-made, UK-made missiles to attack internationally recognized. So, the Russian military has carried out missile strikes on targets in Kiev in response to the Ukraine's use of US and UK-made missiles to attack internationally recognized Russian territory. And this is what they said. On Wednesday, Ukraine fired 6 US-donated ATACMS and 4 UK-made Storm Shadow air-launched cruise missiles provided to Ukraine by London at the Khmelnytsky chemical plant. Khmelnytsky is the airfield in Ukraine. Chemical plant in Rostov region in southern Russia, the ministry said. In retaliation, the Russian military has struck a Ukrainian command center and targeted installations of US-supplied Patriot anti-aircraft missile systems. So you didn't know about these things, but yesterday you found out? Why didn't you do this before? Why? In response to the actions of the Kiev regime supported by its Western curators, this morning a combined strike with long-range precision weapons was launched. The goals of strike were achieved, all targets were hit. And this is what Putin said. You know that strike had been carried out on Russian territory. President Vladimir Putin said that there would be a response for such attacks every time. You see that this response is coming, Peskov stressed. All right, let's see. Nasams air defense systems deployed in Poland to protect Ukraine assistance hub. The assistance hub is in Poland. So they brought in Poland, right here, they brought in Poland some defense systems because they have a hub here. So they're afraid the Russians will hit it. Why? Because, what they say here? The Ukrainians use of Western-made missiles. So they bring it to Poland. That means they expect the Russians to hit Poland. Otherwise, you wouldn't. Why would you bring these things in Poland to protect Ukraine assistance hub? Because you know that you hit them in Russia with the Western, with American and British weapons, they're going to hit Poland, not London. So Poland is going to get it. They're afraid they're going to be hit. Good job, the Poles with the Poles. Good job. Let's see who else is coming into Poland. Norwegian Nasams air defense systems have been deployed in Polish city of Rzeszów. Right here, as I told you. This is by Lviv, Lvov. This is their country, the Polish. All right, we'll see, they will get it. To ensure the security of a logistic hub, which is key to supporting Ukraine. Guess who is going to operate the Nasams? Let's see. I think is the Norwegians, don't you think? The Polish, but the HIMARSes and the Patriot systems and the F-16s in Ukraine are operated by the Ukrainians. Let me take my Paganini. Okay. Oh my God. The Polish military reported that F-35 multi-role fighters had also been sent to support the defense of Polish airspace. Why? Are you expecting something? You got them right, you expect something. This NATO-led mission is expected to last until Easter. In addition to the fighter jets and anti-aircraft system, 100 Norwegian soldiers will be deployed to Poland and stationed in the same place, Rzeszów, where this anti-defense missile system is deployed. So they're expecting, oh no, not much diversity. You're very weak, I can see that. I don't have diversity here. So, you got it, my friends? There you have it. The Norwegian government pledged to deploy 30 F-35 fighter jets and Nasams air defense systems to Poland to protect the key hub for assistance to Ukraine in this Polish town. So because of this, So they pushed this, even though Putin told them they will defend here. By the way, this is the border with Ukraine. Here is Poland. This is Ukraine. Got that? Good job. Good job. Next one. Russia hits Ukraine's strategic weapons manufacturer in retaliatory strike. Why is it important? My question is a different one. Why now? Why? This is an Iskander, right? Yeah, Iskander M. This is the one that could be fitted with a nuclear warhead. Nevertheless, why now? Why not, I don't know, a week ago, if you knew about it? Is it a control war or what? Russian forces earlier retaliated against Kiev attacks on the Taganrog military airfield with a massive shelling of Ukrainian energy infrastructure, which led to power outages across Ukraine. The Russian military has launched a high-precision strike on the Luch, a Kiev-based weapons designer, among other targets, in response to a recent attack with Western-made missiles on the Rostov region. Let's take a closer look at the Luch. So this is obviously a picture, it's not real. All right, so Luch, shard of Soviet legacy now owned by Kiev. It was established in the former Soviet Union in 1965 with the aim of designing guided munition. After the collapse of the USSR in 1991, the Luch was handed over to Ukraine's defense ministry. The bureau is mentioned in local media as a scientific and production enterprise of the Ukrainian military industrial complex, which is of strategic importance for the economy and security of the country. You got it? So this guy claimed they fucked it up. Next one. Sputnik. Russia strike Ukrainian SBU coordination center in retaliation for shelling of chemical plant. These guys were busy bees. In response to the actions of the Kiev regime supported by Western curators, this morning a massive strike with long-range precision weapons was carried out on the Ukraine Security Services command post. Why only now? The Kiev Design Bureau, Luch, which designs and manufactures the Neptune missile systems, ground-based cruise missiles MLRS Vilka, as well as the position of the Patriot anti-aircraft missile system. Good for you. So why didn't you do it a week ago? Only now? What made you to hold from not doing that? Next one. Let's find out what this guy said. The debris, missile debris. Remember, this is related to the first article, right? Hitting with Kinzhal and Iskander, and then these guys destroyed everything, man, all of them right there. Okay, let's see. Missile debris fall in 4 district state emergency service report. It's just the debris, okay, just the debris. All right. At another location in Papapap, a fire broke out. Meanwhile, in the Dniprovsky district, a fence was damaged. Nothing, man, nothing. This is nothing. Nothing, right? That's what they say. So they say, on the morning of December 20th, Russian forces launched several groups of Shahed drones towards Ukraine. And in the morning, they launched a massive missile attack on Kiev. 9 people reported injured and 1 pop. Over 600 buildings were left without heating because of the debris. And I'm going to give you more information. Next one. Ukraine formed from the Ukrainians on the 20th. The fall of the debris, Russian missile debris, fall in 4 districts. Just the missiles, man. We are good. We destroyed all of them. Now let's go and see some reality. Again from Ukraine Forum. Kiev authorities report aftermath of Russian missile attack on capital. And they say, Mr. Klitschko right here, 9 people were injured, 4 pop. Here is what they say. All right. 630 residential buildings, 16 medical facilities, 17 schools and 13 kindergarten have been left without heat in Koloshivsky district. This is just because of the debris fall. Just because of the debris fall. Where are you, baby doll? Come on, show your face. Right there. Just debris, man. Just debris. But it's somehow 600, and this is the residential buildings. Multiply that by 3, you're going to find out that's about what? Almost 2,000 people without electricity. So later Klitschko reported that the enemy caused damage to the heating pipeline in Kiev's Papapap district, resulting in the current lack of heat. Okay, this is exactly what, it's just the debris, man. That's what it is. Now, 8 Russian missiles hit Kiev, and they destroyed what? All 5 ballistic missiles targeted Kiev. This is from the New Voice of Ukraine. 8 Russian missiles hit Kiev, widespread damage and fires, at least 7 injured. So now we have obviously 8 of them correct? According to preliminary information, a total of 8 Iskander short-range ballistic missiles and Kinzhal hypersonic air-launched ballistic missiles were launched by the enemy shortly after Ukrainian forces issued the MiG-31. Correct. So we have 8 now. Next, this is Ukrainska Pravda. Ukrainian military denies claims of Russian encirclement near Uspenivka and Trudove in Donetsk Oblast. That's what they say. No, that's a lie. Okay, if you say so, and they showed you here, this is Kurakovo front, right here. This is the reservoir, and northwest over there is Pokrovsk. Let me show you. This is Donetsk here. This is Pokrovsk. They're closing in. They call it Krasnoarmeysk, the Russians. Here is Kurakovo with the reservoir right there. And this is where they say, no, we were not encircled yet. What does this tell you? Why do you think this will happen? What do you think this will happen? What do you think right here? I mean, please, my friends, please. Okay, so it says, has denied information from the Deep State Monitoring Project regarding the encirclement of certain defense forces unit near the settlements of these guys in Donetsk Oblast. What can you do? Next, and the last article, Ukrainian airborne forces report intense fighting in Kurakove, where these guys denied the encirclement, remember? Okay, it's intense. Fighting in Kurakove and across namesake front, Russians moving like ants. That's not good. Now, the reason why I picked this video is because the Ukrainians here are going to use certain names to address or to talk about the Russians, and that's exactly the same words the Nazis, the evil guys, were addressing towards the eternal victims of this planet. Don't name names here, you know what I'm talking about. The same. Rats, cockroaches, and other rats, I said cockroaches, and many other pests. Why? Well, that tells you that is an attempt to dehumanize the Russians here by these guys. All right, let's see. Where is that? Right here. The enemy outnumbers us. I'm quoting. There are truly many of them. The occupiers are moving like ants. Nothing wrong here. Squeezing into crevices like cockroaches and hiding in buildings like rats. The same words the Nazis use for, you know who, the Jew. It falls to the paratroopers of the 46th Separate Airborne Brigade to root them out from every corner. The same the Nazis talked about those guys. You know, the final solution was the same words. Drone operations work tirelessly while engineers bravely take the skies and clear the area of these swarms of Russian invaders. So the first thing is they tell us that they are like ants. There are many of them. They outnumber them, but they are like cockroaches. They are like rats. Okay? Now, you tell me. What do you think? I guarantee you this will not be published in the Western media, and if it will be, it'll just be like, nothing to see here, move on. Dehumanizing a group of people would make other people who dehumanize them very easily, you know, and that's not good. Thank you very much. So, when you hear that crazy guy, Putin, talking about the denazification of Ukraine, think about this. This is an article coming from the Ukrainska Pravda. Right there, Ukrainska Pravda, Valentina Romanenko. This is their thing, and this is sponsored by People, right? People. Support Ukrainska Pravda or become our patron. I'm on it. Never. Why? They work for someone else that I don't support. So here, my friends, remember, these guys, when they talk like that, and Putin and the evil Russians say, these guys are just Bandera, Can't you see? It's a little bit of a coincidental merge. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.